City sidewalks are covered with dirt, and now some enterprising folks are taking advantage of it, etching advertisements right into the filth at your feet. But is it legal? Tonight, ABC7's Jonathan Bloom has the dirt on reverse graffiti.
What we're doing is something that is not necessarily illegal, but also not necessarily legal. It's a little bit in a gray zone.
From a distance, it might look like paint or stickers, but a closer look reveals this ad on a San Francisco sidewalk is actually made of nothing.
We put down a stencil in a dirty spot. We pressure wash the lettering and lift it up, and there's the clean advertising.
Advertising by cleaning, otherwise known as reverse graffiti.
You know, if you write "wash me" on the back of a car in the dirt, that is actually reverse graffiti. Might have been the first form of reverse graffiti.
Jim Bose started GreenGraffiti and gave us this video shot as his company cleaned ads for big brands like Range Rover, Sony, and Starbucks all over Europe. He sees it as a greener and subtler alternative to billboards.
We're not using any paper. We're not using any ink. Our messages aren't being backlit.
In fact, from start to finish, the whole thing is done with water.
Here goes. The pressure is so high that the stream is moving supersonic. It's about Mach 2.
And that little ferocious water jet is strong enough to cut through steel, carving out a stencil for the clean ad.
And there's our sign.
In about 20 minutes, the logo for clothing company Patagonia is ready to hit the streets.
You know, I'm not using any harsh chemicals, just the water and the heat and the pressure.
That's enough to blast away months' worth of sidewalk grime to create the letters on a background of dirt.
The dirtier, the better.
Reverse graffiti as an art form is not new to San Francisco. Back in 2008, a graffiti artist from London came and cleaned this giant mural into the gritty filth on the wall of the Broadway tunnel.
They go up and they look at it and they think it's spray paint or something, and then it's just a cold realization that the world is really, really dirty.
Paul Curtis goes by the name Moose. He was captured in this short film crafting the 140-foot mural that was commissioned to help promote a cleaning product.
What we call a larger-than-life product demo, where you can really see how well GreenWorks cleans.
Those sidewalk ads get covered back over in a few weeks from being walked on. People don't walk on walls.
We're almost approaching 4 years.
It's still here.
It's still here.
Almost. The GreenWorks logo has been wiped away. Though Moose had a permit to create a mural, he didn't have a permit for outdoor advertising.
Is there any circumstance in which you guys have allowed people to put ads on a public right-of-way?
No.
San Francisco's Department of Public Works is charged with keeping the city's sidewalks, streets, and, yes, the Broadway tunnel free of what it calls graffiti.
Graffiti is unsanctioned, unpermitted work that's been put on either buildings or the public right-of-way.
And that's where it gets tricky.
We're not applying something to the surface, which is how most of the rules are written.
Bose says so far he's never gotten in trouble because most governments, including San Francisco's, have no laws against cleaning.
We're going to be investigating and taking a look at what enforcement code this falls under.
But instead of citations, Bose wants to see cities selling permits for clean ads.
I believe that people would tolerate advertisement on the ground in this form if they knew that a portion of the money coming out of that was actually going towards funding schools or funding the national forest.
And while the city figures out how to handle these new ads, it's asked the companies responsible to come back and remove them by cleaning the rest of the sidewalk. In San Francisco, Jonathan Bloom, ABC7 News.